Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
It was a very interesting panel and some really interesting insights. But before we get into that, I would love to know more about Peerpoint and what you guys do.
Sure, thank you. So Peerpoint is Alan Overy's flexible resourcing business. It is a network of talented lawyers that work with Alan Overy clients and with the firm on a consultancy basis. So it's a business that operates here in the Middle East, but also across 5 other jurisdictions.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And do the diversity and inclusion programs in A&O, because I gather they're very established, does that lend itself to Peerpoint as well?
It does, absolutely. I guess in the earlier days, many people thought that maybe female lawyers would be attracted to this way of working. What's actually turned out is that our panel is pretty much 50-50 in terms of gender diversity. And increasingly, we're participating in activities such as tonight that are to support a more diverse group of talent coming through the profession. So that includes examples like being involved in Grow in the UK. So we're excited about their launch here tonight. But also, for instance, Alan Overy Futures, so people that have got training contracts and are doing the SQE, we can work with them to find them paralegal work in the periods where they won't be studying. So again, finding avenues for them to have an income and support themselves as they're coming into the profession.
Okay, great. Yeah. And in terms of your own career, have you partaken in mentorship programs? Is it something that you've found valuable? Do you have any insights for people who perhaps aren't part of one at the moment, but maybe have come tonight and are interested in maybe joining Grow or joining Emirates Legal Network or something similar?
Absolutely. So throughout my career, mentors have played an incredibly important role, as have networks of like-minded people that are out to achieve a certain objective or share knowledge across a group of people. So anything you can do to put yourself in those environments, and I guess the old adage of the more you put in, the more you get out is absolutely true. And now, as I've got a little bit more senior, I do have a couple of mentees, and one of those is a reverse mentor relationship. So I understand what it's like to be a junior lawyer in the firm. And then through Alan Overy's alumni network, we also promote the opportunity for people to find a mentor. And I've been recently approached and involved in that conversation.
Okay, awesome. One of the things that I think that was touched on this evening is this idea that the traditional mentorship program is not really happening anymore because of reverse mentorships, particularly with all the new technologies coming out and university teaching people very different things, I think, from when we went, which is great.
Yep.
And also, even things like COVID, for example, and more working from home, more flexibility means your mentor can be in different jurisdictions and things like that. What would you say is like the main, the best thing that's come out of everything for a mentor? Is there anything kind of different or unique than new technologies? I guess.
I guess in many ways, and if we think about the region here, for instance. The ability to access a mentor in different parts of the world is incredibly important. So we hear a lot about incredible talent coming through Saudi and the opportunity for them to develop. So, for instance, being able to connect with a senior lawyer in a different market as that talent is coming through and becoming more senior, is a great way a great example of the benefit. You don't have to be in country for that.
Definitely.
I think the other thing about it is it probably makes it easier to do and to, commit to doing the mentoring, where we had to, tackle the commute and then do the time, and then it was a significant commitment in terms of energy and effort. It's not to say we shouldn't do the preparation before we turn up for mentoring and that we've got a purpose for our conversation, but the ability to get online and do it, I think probably means that people are more committed and more regular in the way they go about it.
Definitely. If you had, some advice for someone starting off in their career, particularly in the legal sector, but not necessarily a lawyer, what freebie mentorship advice would you give them?
Sure. So the law is a fantastic foundational place to launch your career from. And we talked tonight about what you need to do to be successful, and a lot of that was around passion and loving all parts of it. The reality is that for some people, being a private practice or an in-house lawyer won't be what they love, but their training will provide the basis for them to explore many different avenues. And what I'm really proud of Alan Overy for is that it creates pathways for people in many different ways, whether that be, for instance, legal project management or becoming a career coach in Peerpoint, for instance, where they use all that lived experience to help people frame what's next for them in their career.
Okay, thank you very much.